Go. What is up, YouTube? HPJ here, and I'm coming at you guys because we have Justice Hunter's last archetype that is being unveiled in today's video. So we have a wave of the canine archetype from Justice Hunter, and it is the Xyz archetype. And I mentioned this when I did the preview video. And hopefully we're going to see an Xyz archetype to hopefully either rival or even match up with what we are having to deal with Raziel. It seems pretty decent on paper, but don't let what is seen fool you. Especially because this is a newer archetype, and maybe with this deck build, this deck building set, they don't want to have another situation where, oh boy, we really did pack on the extra mile. I'm sorry, I'm very sleepy because I'm still recovering from my cold, and I have to be up to get ready for work in a couple of hours. So I decided to record this now. So let's go ahead and take a look at these monsters. So the first one up is Izana. This is Arcanine number 17. Izana. This is what Izana looks like. So Izana is a level 5 Earth Attribute Warrior type effect monster, 2100 attack, 1600 defense. You only use the second and third effect of this card's name once per turn each. If your opponent has 2 or more cards in their hand, you can almost summon this card without tribute. During the main phase, if your opponent activates a monster effect in the hand or in the graveyard, quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is normal special summon, you can add one, and you can send one K9 card from your deck to the graveyard, except for K9 number 17, Izana. And of course, Izana is based off of the Weasel Spirit, which is commonly known for, what is it? Yeah, it's a 5-like spirit that is kept trapped within a bamboo pipe. Izana, however, is a common weasel, and the two hominodes tend to are probably on a quick. Okay, so basically, it's the same homophone, but it's different meaning situation with the word Izana. Because if you guys also remember, there is a monster in the um, Yosenju archetype that is called Izana as well. That is a beast warrior type monster that looks similar to a weasel. I think in this implication, they're trying to make this monster look more fox-like because it's Izana and it's Izana, which are two totally different things. Okay, well, that should have kind of just been simple. Anyway, I'm gonna move on to the next one. This is Arcanine number 66A, Jackal. And he is a level 5 Dark Attribute Aqua type effect monster, 2000 attack, 1900 defense. You can use the second and third effect of this card's name once per turn. Similar to Ixana, if your opponent controls 2 or more cards in their hand, you can almost summon them out of tribute. You can reveal this card and one other level 5 card from your hand. It has 7 both. But both cannot be used for Xyz material except for the material of a light Xyz monster. Okay. And then the last effect is during your main phase, you can send one non-aqua K9 monster from your deck to your hand. And then its name itself is Icelandic for glacier. Okay, that's cool. Then we're going to move on to the next one. This is Arcanine 66B Lantern. Is a level 5 Dark Attribute Pyro type monster, 2000 attack, 1900 defense. Same ability. If your opponent has 2 or more monsters, you can normal summon it with the tribute. If this card is in your hand, you can target one non-pyro type level 5 K9 monster in your graveyard. So summon this card and that card, but you cannot be used but both cannot be used as seed material. Both of them cannot be used as a seed material for a light monster. Okay. And then their other ability, this other ability is during your main phase, you can add one arcane spell or trap from your deck to your hand. Then we have the next monster. This is Arcanine 00 Lapis. He is a level 5 Earth Attribute Beast Warrior type monster. 2300 attack, 200 defense. You can use its first and second effect of this card's name once per turn each. During your main phase, if your opponent activates a monster effect from the hand or grave, quick effect, such as from this card, but banish it when it needs to fail. Okay. Then, its second effect. During your opponent's turn, you can activate this quick effect immediately after this effect resolves. Exceed summon using this card you control. And exceeds monster you control. Exceeds monster that has this card as its exceeds material gains the following effect. Your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. Then we have, of course, the monster that was used for the cover art to display this card, this archetype in it, which is Arcanine number 17, the Ripper. Level 5, when attribute Beast Warrior type exceeds monster, 2300 attack, 1800 defense. Requires 2 level 5 monsters. You only use first and second effect of this card's name once per turn each. You can detach one material from this card to add one Arcanine card from your deck to your hand. And then if your opponent activates a monster effect this turn, you can set one Arcanine quick play spell from your deck or graveyard. When your opponent activates a monster effect from the hand or grave, quick effect, you can detach one material from this card and negate that effect. Then we have Arcanine 00 Hound, rank 5 light attribute Beast Warrior type monster with 2500 attack and defense. Requires 2 level 5 monsters. Cannot be destroyed by battle or your opponent's card effect the turn this card is special summon. Each time your opponent activates a monster effect, this card gains 100 attack. Once a turn, during the standby phase, you can attach one material from this card to target one card on the field and banish it. Then we have Arcanine EX Wolf, level 9, rank 9, light attribute Beast Warrior type monster, 3300 attack and 2500 defense. Requires 2 level 9 monsters. You can use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. When this card has material, it can attack that many number of times during each battle phase up to the number of material it has. When your opponent activates a card or quick effect, quick effect, you can detach one material from this card, then activate the effect based off of whose turn it is. If it's your turn, banish one card your opponent controls or one card in their graveyard. If it's your opponent's turn, look at your opponent's hand and banish one card from it face up until the end of the turn. We have the quick play spell Arcanine LC Liberation. You can only activate each of the following faces of this card's name once per turn each. You can target one Canine Exceeds monster or one rank 5 Exceeds monster you control. So summon one Arcanine Exceeds monster with a different name from your action deck by using monsters you control as material. This is treated as an Exceed summon and transfer the monsters to the special summon monster. At the end of the battle phase, if the K9 monster battles this turn, you can set this card from your graveyard. Then we have the quick play spell Arcanine EX Force Liberation. Quick play spell. You can use each of the following effects of this card's name once per turn each. During your main phase, you can target one K9 Exceeds monster you control. So summon one K9 monster with a different name. Exceeds monster with a different name from your action deck by using monsters you control as Exceeds material. This is treated as Exceed summon. And transfer the material to the special summon monster. Then you can destroy one card your opponent controls. The last effect is at the end of the battle phase. If a K9 monster battles this turn, you can set this card from your graveyard. Then the trap card, K9 EW Experiment Liberation, normal trap. You can use each of the following effects of this card's name once per turn each. And it is special summon one K9 monster from your hand or graveyard. Then you can special summon one K9 Exceeds monster from your extra deck using the first monster as material. And the second monster special summoned is treated as the Exceed summon, but destroy the second monster during the end phase of the next turn. During the end phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard and then target one K9 quick target one K9 quick play spell in your graveyard and set it. Then we have reprints of Overlay Booster, number 61 Volcanosaurus, Chronomaly Vimana, and Imperial Princess Quintessence. So, basically, rank 5 Xyz deck. And its archetype gimmick, from what you can tell, is yes, the monsters come to the field if your opponent activates a monster effect from the hand or grave, and it gives themselves to summon without having to tribute or being able to summon the others to the field to give you a quick Exceed summon. Wow, this is a great starting point, and because we've already seen that there isn't too many spaces left for additional cards, this isn't too bad. It's definitely the play off of what your opponent plays and then reap the benefits from it. It's funny because setups like this don't normally exist in the current metagame because there are still a lot of complications when trying to find a balance between them. I think this archetype is definitely doing a really stand-up job of that. I'm so sorry about these ads, but I do think this is a great way to get a lot of this going. There's a lot of summoning myself and then another monster, or summoning a monster to help me benefit from summoning another monster, then being able to Exceed summon either on your turn or your opponent's turn to then benefit from having the Exceed summon happen. This is great. This is stellar. I liked a lot of the pieces. It's crazy though because a lot of them are not. In terms of the main deck, you only have like one Beast Warrior monster who's falling into it, but everyone else is like Beast Warrior, and Winged Beast. So you're benefiting from that. Now, some of them are locking you out of a light attribute Xyz monster, or forcing you into the light Xyz monster, which is really fun because you at least have two, and you have your spells, your quick play spells to help you go into those monsters without having to rely on additional support. I think this is honestly still greatly subjected to being an Xyz archetype and benefiting from having the different pieces attached to it. I especially love these quick play spells because these quick play spells are definitely taking advantage of, manipulating the setup your opponent will then leave you, but then also being able to benefit from things that your opponent will do or what you do on your turn, which is, as you can see, banishing cards from your opponent's hand or graveyard, and then if it's your opponent's turn, you confiscation and then banish the card to the end of the turn, which is great too because then you can see what things your opponent has and you can plan accordingly. It's funny though because YGO Organization definitely hinted at reacting to cards like Ash Blossom and Joyous Springs. I think just reacting off of any hand trap, whether you're TCG or OCG, is what this archetype wants to benefit from. Whether it's in the hand or it's a card activating in the graveyard, you're going to see benefits from that, and you're going to see a lot of the mobility or the setups that are going to be associated with that, which is really good. My only negative really is that its home base is a rank 5, but then let's also do remember rank 5 monsters in the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG and OCG have always existed, so there isn't a really big negative. I think more so, I can't wait to see how it plays out because we have experienced Yu-Gi-Oh! Archetypes in the TCG and OCG that have done the benefit from dealing with, that lapses or trying to inquire more from that lapses. So, yeah, not bad. And honestly, really not bad. And I think how they're going about this whole lineup and this whole setup is 100% perfect. I love it. I think it's great. I see a lot of promise from it, and it could give Raziel its money's worth. Now, I do think if in terms of gameplay, I definitely would say stick in a couple of other extra monsters in your extra deck just in case your opponent plays something like what's that one quick play? It's not a quick play, but it's Exceeds Encore. Try to keep some options in there for Exceeds Encore because this is one of those other archetypes that could benefit that you as the opponent or the player would have to deal with in the long run is Exceeds Encore, which forces an Exceeds summon, sending Exceeds monsters on the field to the grave, I believe. I have Exceeds Encores, I just haven't used them in years. Or, well, I haven't used the card itself in years, but I haven't used the card itself relatively in any terms of fashion because of things that have transpired with the card as its own. So it is a lot to really just take advantage of, but it's also just like, oh wow, this is definitely a lot. Because it's definitely a lot. But it's just very manageable. So I done rambled for a good couple of portions of minutes, but I think we all understand that, yeah, this is going to be a really good archetype. I can't wait to see more, and I'm pretty sure the core set that comes after this set's initial release will hopefully have some more cards to add to it, or will also have some additional things to help the deck itself. And I'm sure people are going to be trying to find some additional cards and stuff to fit in as well. So let me know in the comment section, what do you think about the K9? Do you think we'll see some more promise to it? Are you feeling it? Are there some things you'd like to see some change, or maybe things you'd like to add to it? Let me know that in the comment section below. And that will wrap up today's video. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope this video isn't too long, but the message is still given across. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel because it helps me out tremendously. Hit the notification bell to be informed of when I upload more of my content to the channel. The socials, they're in the description box below, and I will definitely catch you guys next time. HPJ signing out. Take care.